Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Okay, let's unpack this. Think about your brain for a second. This incredible engine, right? Powering everything you do.
It's constantly working.
Constantly. And like any engine, it really needs the right kind of fuel.
Absolutely. If you're running on empty or maybe the wrong stuff, it can impact, well, pretty much everything.
Your mood, how sharp your thinking is, even, how well you remember things.
And what's truly compelling now is this growing understanding of how deeply connected our diet and mental well-being actually are.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing more and more research looking into how specific nutrients, maybe delivered through supplements, can offer a natural way to support our minds.
Yeah, it's an area that's definitely generating a lot of interest.
And for good reason. People are looking for, more holistic ways to just feel their best.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we've gathered quite a range of studies and information. We're looking at some of the most promising dietary supplements backed by science.
For boosting mood and supporting a healthy brain.
Right. We're going to explore the potential of things like omega-3s, magnesium, B vitamins, and folic acid.
L-Theanine, vitamin D.
Adaptogens like ashwagandha and rhodiola, 5-HTP, and GABA too.
Woo! Quite a list.
Yeah. So consider this your kind of express route to understanding how these supplements might influence your mental well-being.
And if we just step back for a moment, look at the bigger picture, it really reinforces a fundamental truth, doesn't it?
Which is?
Our mental and physical states aren't separate things. What we consume, well, it has a direct line to how our brain functions and ultimately how we feel emotionally.
Okay, great point. All right, let's get started then. How about with something I often think of as the brain's essential building blocks? Omega-3 fatty acids.
Ah, yes, the good fat.
We're talking about those beneficial fats you find in like oily fish, salmon, sardines.
Krill oil as well. And there are algae-based options too, which is great for people preferring plant-based sources.
And the real stars here are EPA and DHA.
That's them. These aren't just any fats. They are critical structural components of our brain cells.
Like the bricks and mortar.
Kind of, yeah. Think of them as the essential architecture for your brain.
Right, and their role goes beyond just structure.
Definitely. These omega-3s are also key players in dialing down inflammation in the brain.
Which we now understand can be linked to a whole range of mental health challenges.
Exactly. Plus, they help our brain cells communicate more effectively, improving that flow of information.
And they support brain plasticity. That sounds important.
It is. It's basically your brain's ability to learn and adapt, to rewire itself based on new information and experiences. Omega-3s help with that.
So what's the evidence saying? You mentioned a study.
Yeah, there was a significant one back in 2016 published in Translational Psychiatry. It found that omega-3s, especially the EPA component, were actually effective in alleviating symptoms for people dealing with depression and mood disorders.
Wow, that's pretty direct.
It really is.
And it kind of highlights why people with lower intakes of these omega-3s, maybe not eating enough fish or getting it from supplements, might be more susceptible to cognitive decline.
And emotional instability, too, especially as they get older. So, yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for long-term brain health.
Okay, good takeaway there.
Yeah.
Let's move on then. How about magnesium?
Magnesium, a mineral involved in a staggering number of bodily processes, including our mental well-being.
Where do we find it naturally?
Leafy greens are great sources, spinach, kale, also seeds, nuts. And then in supplement form, magnesium glycinate or thronate are often recommended. They tend to be well absorbed.
It feels like magnesium has its fingers in every pie.
Yeah.
I read somewhere it's essential for over 300 biochemical reactions.
It is. But focusing on mental health, it seems particularly important for regulating our mood and how we handle stress.
You mentioned it helps balance the HPA axis. Can you break that down a bit?
Sure. Think of the HPA axis, that's hypothalamic pituitary adrenal, as your body's main stress response system, like an internal alarm. Magnesium helps keep this system running smoothly. It kind of prevents the alarm from going off too easily or, staying on too long.
Ah, so it stops that chronic stress cycle.
Exactly. Which can really contribute to ongoing stress and anxiety if it's out of whack.
That's a great way to visualize it.
Yeah.
So what do the studies show?
Well, a 2017 study, this one was in PLOS1, found that supplementing with magnesium led to noticeable improvements in mood and anxiety levels. And this was within just 6 weeks.
6 weeks. That's relatively quick.
It is, especially for such a fundamental mineral.
So maybe incorporating more leafy greens, maybe alongside a magnesium glycinate supplement. Could that really be a game changer, as one source put it, especially for stress or sleep issues?
It certainly seems plausible based on the evidence, and it's worth remembering magnesium also plays a role in the function of key neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA.
Which we'll get to later, right?
Yep, those chemical messengers in your brain that help regulate mood and relaxation. Magnesium helps them work properly too.
Okay, next up, B vitamins and folic acid. These often get called foundational support for emotional health.
Absolutely. We're talking key players like vitamin B6, folic acid, which is B9, and B12,
Why are they so essential?
because they're directly involved in helping our bodies produce crucial neurotransmitters. Think serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine.
The mood regulators, the focus chemicals.
Exactly. They're like the brain's communication network, carrying signals that influence everything from our mood and focus to our drive and motivation.
So if we're running low on these B vitamins, it's like the communication lines in our brain aren't working quite as efficiently.
That's a perfect analogy. Yeah, it could potentially impact how we feel and think.
And the research backs this up.
It does. There was a 2013 study in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry. It looked at people experiencing chronic work-related stress.
Okay.
And it observed that those who took B vitamin supplements reported improved mood and reduced stress levels.
That's pretty significant, especially, well, for most of us living in today's world.
Right. And our sources consistently highlight that low levels of folic acid and B12 specifically have been linked to things like depression, fatigue, and even cognitive issues.
So keeping those levels optimal seems really important for just overall well-being.
Definitely. Without enough B vitamins, many critical brain functions can be, well, compromised. It really underscores their importance for both mental and cognitive health.
Now, let's explore something I always find intriguing, L-Theanine.
The calming amino acid from tea.
Exactly. Found primarily in green tea, but also available in capsules. What makes this one so interesting?
What's fascinating about L-Theanine is its effect on our brainwave patterns. It actually promotes the production of alpha brainwaves.
Alpha brainwaves. Those are the relaxed ones.
Right. They're associated with a state of calm alertness. Think of that feeling of being focused, engaged, but without any jitters or anxiety, like being in the zone.
So it's like that feeling from a soothing cup of green tea, but maybe more concentrated as a supplement.
Precisely.
All right.
And there was a 2019 study in the journal Nutrients that showed L-theanine actually helped improve sleep quality and reduce stress levels in people who were experiencing high anxiety.
That's a great benefit, especially for anyone who finds it hard to unwind.
Definitely.
And our info also suggests L-theanine can boost mental clarity and energy, maybe protect against memory loss.
And age-related cognitive decline, potentially. There's even some suggestion it might be helpful in treatment-resistant depression, especially when combined with folic acid.
Wow, that's quite a range of potential benefits from just one amino acid.
It really is a versatile compound. Seems to have a tangible influence on both our mental state and our cognitive abilities.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. From the tranquility of tea to the power of sunshine vitamin D.
The sunshine vitamin.
We know our bodies make it from sunlight, but it's also in fortified foods, fatty fish, and of course supplements, usually D3.
Vitamin D is quite unique, but it actually behaves more like a hormone in the body.
Oh, interesting.
And what's really key here is that we have receptors for vitamin D all through our brain. That tells us it has a pretty far-reaching influence on brain function.
And there's a link to depression.
A strong correlation, yeah, between vitamin D deficiency and depression. Particularly noticeable during winter months or in places with less sunlight.
That makes total sense with seasonal affective disorder, or SAD.
Exactly.
So if you're not getting enough sun, maybe supplementing with vitamin D could be really important for mood, especially in darker times.
Precisely. And there was a big review of studies in 2020 which indicated that vitamin D supplementation had a small but statistically significant positive effect on reducing symptoms of depression overall.
How does it work?
It seems to play a role in producing serotonin, that key mood neurotransmitter, and it also supports our immune and neurological systems.
And I noticed a mention of potential synergy, combining vitamin D3 with those omega-3s we talked about earlier.
Yes, that could potentially have an even greater positive impact on mood. It really highlights how these nutrients often work together, you know?
It's complex, isn't it? They rarely act in isolation.
That's right.
Okay, now let's delve into adaptogens. These sound really intriguing. We're focusing on ashwagandha and rhodiola rosea. What exactly are adaptogens?
Adaptogens are essentially natural herbs that help our bodies become more resilient to stress. They sort of help us adapt.
Wow.
They work by helping to regulate cortisol, our main stress hormone, and by supporting the health of our adrenal glands, which are central to our stress response. Think of them as helping your body find a better balance when it's under pressure.
So, like natural stress managers. Tell me more about ashwagandha first. It seems to be everywhere lately.
It does, and the research backs it up. Studies like one from the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine in 2012 show it helps lower cortisol levels and improves our overall ability to handle stress.
So it helps you feel less overwhelmed.
Yeah, more capable of coping with daily pressures. That's the idea.
That sounds incredibly useful. What about rhodiola rosea?
Rhodiola is often known more for its energizing and mood-enhancing properties. It can help boost energy, increase motivation, mental clarity,
Oh, nice.
build emotional stamina, and even reduce feelings of anxiety and burnout. It's also been found to improve mental sharpness, especially when you're feeling fatigued.
Okay, so ashwagandha is maybe more calming, builds stress resilient,
Mm-hmm.
and rhodiola gives you energy, focus, while also helping manage stress. They sound like a pretty powerful duo.
They offer distinct yet complementary ways to support our body's natural ability to cope with various stressors.
Got it. Next up, 5-HTP. This one comes from the seeds of a plant, Graphonia simplicifolia,
That's the one.
and it's described as a natural mood booster. How does that work?
Well, the key thing about 5-HTP is that it's a direct precursor to serotonin.
Oh, okay.
So when we take 5-HTP, our bodies can use it directly to make more serotonin. And as we've said, serotonin is crucial for regulating mood and promoting feelings of well-being.
So it's like giving the body the raw ingredients it needs to make more of those happy chemicals.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
And our sources mentioned some research suggesting it could help with depression, anxiety, maybe even emotional eating.
Yeah. While research is ongoing, some preliminary findings do suggest it might be a valuable tool for supporting emotional balance, improving sleep patterns, reducing irritability, and it might also be helpful for women experiencing mood swings related to PMS.
That's really interesting. Okay, last one on our main list, GABA.
GABA, yeah, often mentioned for relaxation.
Where do we find it, and what does it do in the brain?
So GABA, that's gamma-aminobutyric acid, is a neurotransmitter. You can find some in fermented foods like kimchi or tempeh, and it's available as a supplement too.
It's a job.
Its primary role in the brain is basically to inhibit excessive nerve activity. Think of it like the brain's natural brake pedal.
Slowing things down.
Exactly, helping to promote a sense of calm.
So it helps quiet the, constant mental chatter.
Mm.
Helps you feel more peaceful, maybe more focused.
That's the idea. By reducing overstimulation, GABA can help promote calmness, potentially alleviate anxiety, and maybe improve concentration.
And the research.
It's emerging. Early results suggest GABA supplementation may help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation, but more robust studies are definitely needed in this area.
Still, it sounds like it could be helpful when your mind just won't settle down. Easing tension, that feeling of being overwhelmed.
That's the potential, yes. It's all about supporting a healthy balance between the go signals and the stop signals in the brain.
Okay, wow. This has all been incredibly insightful. But, with so many options, how do we even begin to figure out which supplement might be right for us?
That is a really important question, and probably the first, most crucial piece of advice is always look for products that have undergone third-party testing.
Why is that so critical?
It ensures that the supplement actually contains what the label says it does, in the amounts listed, and that it's free from potentially harmful contaminants. It's about quality control and safety.
That makes perfect sense. You want to know what you're actually taking. What else?
Opting for bioavailable forms can be helpful. That means forms the body can absorb and use more easily, like methylated B12 instead of standard B12, or magnesium glycinate, which we mentioned earlier.
Okay, so look for specific forms.
Sometimes, yes. And of course, really think about your individual needs. What are you hoping to achieve? More energy, more calm, better sleep, better focus. Aligning your choices with your specific goals is absolutely key.
Right, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Not at all.
And the last piece of advice here, which feels vital, always talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement.
Absolutely critical, especially if you're currently taking any medications. You need to avoid potential interactions.
Yeah, that's crucial.
The healthcare professional can give you personalized recommendations based on your health history, your current situation, and any meds you're on.
So, as we sort of bring this deep dive to a close, the core message seems to be that supporting better mental health really involves giving our brains the fundamental nutrients they need to work optimally.
Exactly. From the structural support of omega-3s, the stress modulation of magnesium, the mood support from B vitamins, the focused calm from L-Theanine. These science-backed supplements offer a really promising avenue for supporting our overall mental well-being.
Whether you're dealing with mood ups and downs, maybe struggling with memory, or just looking for greater mental clarity, exploring how these nutrients, omega-3s, folic acid, vitamins, minerals, might positively influence your brain health. Well, it seems worth considering.
Which leads us to a final thought for you, the listener. Considering everything we've talked about today, which of these research-supported nutrients might feel most relevant to your own well-being, your own experiences right now?
Yeah, something to reflect on.
Perhaps it's time to take an informed next step. Maybe that means digging a bit deeper into the research on one specific supplement, or perhaps having that conversation with your doctor to explore what might be the right fit for you personally.
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.